YouTube, what's going on? BD Wolfgang 1980 here, aka Bezell, the man to see and the place to be in the QCNC. Well, good morning to you all. Hope you're doing well. I most certainly am. And we have a little late, but better late than never. TNA review for November the 19th, 2014. Especially since we're going to have a little break in the TNA episodes. I was going to kind of let this one go, but I felt obligated to go ahead and do it for you guys because, some of you look forward to the reviews, and I thank you for that. So, here we go. Thank you. Bobby Roode comes out. He starts the show. While he's coming down to the ramp, they show a video recap of last week's attacks from Lashley. Roode says, "Everyone should have a true friend. EY is my good true friend. You tried to hurt him. You tried to end his career. You tried to hurt Austin Aries. You tried to end his career. All three of us have a love for pro wrestling. Don't worry, you will get a shot. Not tonight, because tonight I want to fight. No refs, no rules, and come out here now." Well, guess what? The Destroyer Lashley, he answers the call. He comes out. They start brawling outside, everywhere. Get a little mixed up with the fans. The security separates them. Okay, nice way to start the show off. A little bit of, a little talk, just a smidgen of talking, which led to action. There we go. Good way to start off the show. From there, we get a backstage segment. EC3 and Tyrus. He pretty much short and sweet says he wants to fight Spud. Excuse me, he wants Spud face to face tonight. He wants to call him out, man to man. From there, we get a advertisement that we will get another episode of TNA on Spike, but it'll just be a best of 2014 edition. So we're not getting any more new content. December 3rd, 9 p.m. Spike TV. Just real quick, let me touch on this one real quick, guys and gals, all the fans of the show. Thank you. But here, to me, it's a last-ditch effort to, Spike, you messed up. Now you're trying to eat it. Because if you guys remember the rumors just a couple weeks ago, after, Spike, about a month ago, Spike said that they were going to sign, they signed TNA all the way through December. Well, all of a sudden, just a few weeks ago, we get all these rumblings online talking about how they felt betrayed, and as soon as they're done with this crop of tapings, which this week that we're reviewing now is, the result of that. Oh, well, we're not going to show anything else. We're done. We're washing our hands. Yeah, okay. All of a sudden, TNA announces they have a new TV deal, and now you guys talking about we're going to show a best of here. You're going to try to milk the last little bit of ratings you can get. Because at this point, it's not about TNA getting new ratings. That's not the issue here. They're going to focus on that when they're on Destination America. But you know what, folks? We'll talk about that. That sounds like a good topic, to something to keep us going while we wait for new episodes of TNA. We'll talk about that later. Let's get back to your review. Now, that's a good topic. We'll talk about that one. Okay. From there, we get a Havoc video package teaser. Just a quick little clip of Havoc. Then it's time. It's knockouts time. It's one of my favorite times of TNA. We have a title match. It's a triple threat title match. The excellent Gail Kim, the hot mess Taryn Terrell, and the Havoc, the Havoc machine, whatever you want to call her. I mean, boy, she's a tough one. Alrighty, here we go. From the start, both women, as far as the baby faces, Gail and Taryn, they try to team up on Havoc. But she uses her power to take control, even against both women. Gail hits a chop block, but barely phases Havoc. And then from there, Havoc shoulder blocks Taryn. She slams Gail on top of Taryn, which was a nice spot as well. So far, so good, as far as the action is concerned. But here's the sad part, guys. There was no crowd heat. It's like, come on, you guys. And I know this crowd has probably seen maybe 10 shows in just a matter of a few days. They're probably burnt out. But man, it's sad because I enjoyed this action. I'm sure a lot of you did too. Havoc takes turns hurting both women. Taryn takes a vicious slam from Havoc. Gail slows down Havoc with an octopus submission, but then Taryn Indian Deathlocks Havoc at the same time. Guys, if you need to check this spot out, it was really cool. That alone is worth watching this match for. From there, they had a break. We come back. It's Gail and Taryn going back and forth. Havoc was outside the ring. Havoc slowly returns to the ring. Taryn gets a 2 count on Gail and a nice spinning neck breaker. Havoc grabs Taryn's leg and does a forward electric chair into the rail. It was nasty too. I wrote that down with exclamation points. Nasty spot. Taryn has proved, the past few weeks. Not to mention the year that she was gone with her her maternal leave. And she's willing to really put it out there. So hats off to her. She's a tough girl. Havoc laughs after this spot, which was very sinister. She tries the same thing on Gail, but Gail reverses. But then Havoc reverses and sidewalk slams Gail on the outside. Crowd wakes up a little bit. Action goes back inside. Havoc lays both women side by side and hits a 2-rope splash to both. Only a 2 count though. Gail and Taryn come back, working together. Gail leg drops Havoc off the top rope, causing her to land outside. Gail and Taryn from there go at each other with Havoc outside. A nice spot of note. We get a Tower of Doom from the women. Now Havoc was on the bottom, if I'm not mistaken here, so we get our finish because Havoc was still fresh. She tries to rush Gail Kim, but she eats a eat the feet. And also, I don't know what Taryn calls it. I can't remember, guys. Comment down below if you know what she calls a finisher. But I just call it a stunner or cutter, basically a stone cold stunner. So Havoc immediately takes a eat the feet, the stunner from Taryn. Then both women try to respectively pin her. From there, Gail pins Taryn, but Taryn reverses into like a sunset flip position. We get a 1, a 2, and a 3, and we have a new Knockouts champion for the first time, Taryn Terrell. Hey, congratulations, Taryn. I mean, you're really showing, you're not the best worker, but so what? You're entertaining. You've shown that you're willing to really go out there. Just be careful. You don't want to get, we don't want you to get hurt. But I gave it was a good match. The only thing that was lackluster in this match was the crowd. That's all. It was a good match. From there, we get a backstage segment. Kenny King, MVP. Kenny says, "What up, man? Where you been? I've been, I called you, been texting you. What's up?" MVP says, I need a little time to survey the landscape. He says, "We came here to win the world title, and we did that." He says, "I'm done." He says, "I'm done." No, he said, I don't like, excuse me, I can't read my own writing, guys, sorry. He says, "I don't like being called a manager or a mouthpiece. And tonight, I'm going to show everyone who MVP really is." All right, intriguing. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy when MVP's not doing all this, as we just said, managerial or manager work, when he's just being, kind of a tough guy, especially the banter he had with Rude, last week. I enjoy that. I'm sure a lot of you did too. Comment down below. Some of you guys probably aren't the biggest MVP fans, and you might have enjoyed that banter. I know I did. MVP can rock and roll on the mic, with the appropriate situation. In these type of situations, he shines. Okay, from there we get a recap of Samoa Joe relinquishing the X Division title. And then goes backstage. Bobby Roode says he's not going to stand by and let Lashley attack his friends. He says, "I'm the champ now, but yet I'm challenging you." He says, "The roles are reversed. I want you in a match." Okay. From there we get this match time. We get Kenny King, King of the Night, against Chris Sarge Melendez. Right from the go, we're going to tie up. Right from the start, King plays some mind games, teasing, just being a flat out jerk, showing the fact and rubbing in the fact that he has 2 legs in Sarge's face. King drops Sarge after a go behind. Of course, he starts showboating again, once again, just wasting time, giving Sarge time to get himself together. From there, Sarge hits some punches, 2 nice hip tosses. We get a vicious kick to the head on the apron from King. Also, he was talking smack the whole time he did it. King was on point as far as the smack talking heel tonight, guys. Well, not tonight, but you know what I mean. Sorry about the delay, but rather late than never. I just really wanted to do this review. Let's keep going. He was really on this game. He talks smack the whole time. He goes for a springboard, but eats a big boot, a very nice big boot from Sarge. Melendez goes in the attack, 2 clotheslines, a hip toss into a Death Valley driver. Fishman suplex for a 2 count from Sarge. A running big boot in the corner from Sarge that hits King. He gets him in a fireman carry position as far as getting ready to, I guess he's going to do that kind of follow-away slam he does. But from there, MVP rushes in with a chair. They savagely beat up poor Sarge. They actually wear out his good leg with the chair. Anderson runs out. The match is over, obviously, with the run-in from MVP. Sarge wins by DQ. I commented on my, I believe I did a preview video on this one. I commented that I wanted King to win just to keep the feud going, but Sarge is able to get a win in a manner that can keep the feud going. So I'm happy with that. Okay, from there we get a backstage segment. Rockstar Spud says he's not sure what EC3 wants, but he will meet him in the ring later. Okay, Spud gonna step up. We go to a break. From there we come back. We show the aftermath for poor Sarge. He's in the back in serious pain. Angle comes back there and tells an angry Anderson, who's ready to just say, hey, I don't care about suspensions or anything. I'll go in here and take care of this. Tells the angry Anderson, don't you do anything. I'll handle this. Okay? From there, EC3, trouble. And Tyrus, they come on out to the ring. EC3 has a mic. He starts to talk. He says, the feel-good story right now is Rockstar Spud. You know how he talks, guys. EC3 is a trip. I'm going to give you the opportunity to fight me tonight. Do you want to? Spud comes out. EC3 tells Tyrus to leave, and no matter what, don't you dare interfere. That's an order. Spud gets in the ring. EC3 says, take the first shot, Spud. If you got the guts. Let's see. Spud says, I'm not going to hit you in the face. I'm going to hit you in the lower regions. And Spud gets a low blow in right there on EC3, who definitely, didn't see it coming. From there, he takes the fight to EC3. EC3 takes over though and viciously punishes Spuds. He takes it to him. EC3 is a big guy compared to Spud. You get a lot of "you can't wrestle" chants. EC3 teases a 1%er, but he lets Spud go. He signals for Tyrus to come in, and Tyrus just lays Spud out. He did it was almost like he lifted him up into a Samoan spike. It was either a lift up into a Samoan spike or like a failed goozle or choke slam. I don't know what it was, but I'm leaning towards like an elevated Samoan spike. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought it was. But somehow during all this scuffle, EC3 ended up bloody. He's bleeding. From there, things get old school and interesting. EC3 pulls out a pair of scissors and just starts to take out random chunks of Spud's hair. Just humiliating him. So I imagine the next time we see Spud, which obviously probably will be in 2015, and maybe he'll have a new look. But from there, we go backstage again. Kurt Angle confronts Kenny King and says, you guys went way too far. Where's the MVP? And from there, guys, the MVP jumped Kurt Angle upside his head. I was like, whoa, it was awesome. Everybody knows better. You're messing with a guy that's, he's an executive now. He's not just a wrestler. So it had that feel to it. It was cool. I loved it. MVP says, you looking for me? Boom. Didn't see that coming. You want to play games, Kurt? I'm ready, says MVP. From there, we get Bram versus Dreamer. No DQ match. Hardcore rules, so what are you going to call it? The fight starts outside. Dreamer takes control first. He even delivers a clothesline on the apron. But Bram hits him with a trash can lid. Just a trash can, and takes control. He punches Dreamer. From there, Dreamer's busted open. He got busted open early. He gives Bram a suplex outside and hits Bram with a... What does it say here? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, this was funny, guys. He hits Bram overside the head with a title belt that a fan had in the front row. So very nice interaction with the fans there. Awesome, Dreamer. Bram is in control after the break. He wipes Dreamer's blood on himself, trying to show how sadistic he is, and then delivers another trash can shot. Kendo sticks, Russian leg sweep to Bram from Dreamer for a 2 count. Bram gets busted open as well. Dreamer gets a barbed wire wrapped chair, but then Magnus comes into the ring and hits a rock bottom maneuver on Dreamer. They double team Dreamer. Bram is ready to DDT Dreamer on the chair, and Al Snow runs out with music, wrestling tights, ready to go, in shape. It looked really good. Al Snow runs out and cleans house. He takes care of Magnus and pretty much gets him out of the ring and fights him off the ramp. The finish was Bram whipping Tommy face first into the barbed wire chair. From there, we got the Impaler DDT. We got a 1, a 2, and a 3. The winner, Bram. Good physical match. It was actually better than I thought it would be because, we've been seeing a lot of these matches. To be fair, I don't want to hate on these matches, but because guys are going out and they're putting it on the line, but they changed it up. It was fun. It worked. Okay. From there, Backstage, Kurt Angle is icing the back of his head, and he says, "From day one, I told if anybody touched me, there would be serious consequences." He says, "MVP, you just dug your own grave. I'm going to the ring and fix this problem once and for all." From there, we get a video recap of the new tag team champions, and then Manik and Mohabli Shera talking. Shera asks, "What did he do wrong? Why didn't the cowboy like him?" Manik says, "Storm is just complicated." Shera asks, "Well, what can I do?" Manik says, "He needs you to awaken." All right, well, let's see where we go from there. All right, it's match time. Low Key versus DJZ versus Manik versus Tigre Uno for the X Division title. There will be a new X Division champion crowned in this match. Let's get down to it, folks. DJZ, Low Key, they battle inside while Manik and Uno, they brawl outside. From there, the action picks up. Uno and Low Key battle till Manik delivers a suplex and a backdrop suplex to Uno. The Warriors' way from Low Key to all three men looked super duper stiff, looked very painful. This is a first win, so just to let you know how the match is set up, guys. We get a springboard corkscrew to all three men outside from Uno. DJ Z sneaks in a tornado DDT on Low Key, but Manik interrupts with a splash. Low Key and Uno battle on the top rope, and boom, Low Key hits a Michinoku driver off the top rope. 3 exclamation points, guys. What an awesome spot. 1 to the 2 to the 3. Low Key is your champion. Not the longest of matches, but with all those guys and so much action going on, I just wanted to make sure I gave you the key spots. Great match, though. You know how Low Key is. And man, I tell you what, I hate to be on the receiving end of some of those kicks and chops. But from there, we have a new X Division champion. It's Low Key, the One World Warrior. From there, we're going to go backstage. King and MVP. MVP calls Lashley on the cell phone and says, "I know I haven't talked to you lately, but this is serious. Kurt Angle might do what I think he's going to do. That affects all three of us. That's our money. And we will burn this place to the ground if he does." All right. From there, Angle comes to the ring. "I've always tried to give you the best in-ring product, but MVP was always all about himself." He also says real men settle things in the ring. Cutting Kurt off, MVP's music hits. He mocks Angle, saying, you going to tell your mommy now on me? You going to tell the board of directors?" He says, "I beat you up because I'm MVP. I'm sick of this place, this company, sick of the board of directors. I'm sick of you. Now, if you're ready to tell on me, because that's all you can do, then go ahead." Kurt says, "You think I'm telling on you? New Year's around the corner, and I'm starting my new year right." He punches MVP, folks. From there, King comes out. MVP shoves King out of the way and says, "Stay out of the way." He delivers a drive-by kick to Angle. Anderson comes out because he's still angry from earlier. Attacks King. Lashley comes out, spears Anderson. Then Rude runs down with the belt for whatever reason. He then throws King into the guardrail, goes into the ring. The show ends with Rude and Lashley brawling. There you have it, folks. Win, lose, love it, hate it. That's it. That's the end of an era with TNA Impact Wrestling on Spike TV. There you go. Farewell, Spike TV. Over here at Bezell Speaks, we keep it respectful. At the end of the day, I kind of wish they weren't going nowhere, but you know what? It could be this new place, this new start, this new beginning. It could be good for all of us. So, farewell, Spike TV. Thank you. Hello, Destination America. Let's see what happens, folks. Let's see how it goes for us. A good final episode, not only for a network, but also a good final episode for a while, because it's going to be a little break for us. So, let's see what happens. I enjoyed it. I'm sure a lot of you did too. Comment down below. That's why I had to do this review rather late than never. So until then, stay tuned. I got a Survivor Series review coming up as well. That'll be up today. And I believe, I'm trying to think. Also, I might do the Flash review from last week, rather late than never. I was sick last week too, guys, so forgive me. But around here, we try to, give you the content as late as, give it to you either way, late or on time. So either way, if I don't see you again, if we don't meet again, have a happy Thanksgiving. If that's what you celebrate, until we meet again, be good to one another. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Bezell out, my friends. Peace.